Showtime.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your boy BP. It's my cousin Joe, Lumpy Joe. You are in the December 20th edition of Safety Media.
Safety meeting.
Cue fancy music. Da-na-na-na. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, snap it to a Slim Jim.
So tonight we're sitting here, we're chilling, we're having a conversation about different things, and I think one topic everybody in the world, especially here in the United States, is talking about is school. We all know somebody, we have kids, we have friends who have kids. Everybody has kids all over the world that are trying to go to school. And it seems like every day there's a new hurdle being placed in front of these children by the school system. More so, quote unquote, our governor here in the lovely state of New York. So, how are your kids taking trying to do online school, Joe?
Personally, I think JJ's actually gotten better in school. I mean, he was always a smart kid. Like he's in fifth grade. He started out the school year with a sixth grade math level, and he's already at an eighth grade math level. His reading level's gone up a grade at point and a half. You know, yeah, it's hard on all the kids because they can't go out and play with their buddies like they used to. I'd rather have my kids be home safe than potentially go and walk into school because come
But
on.
how do we know? But okay, but how do we really know that the kids are potentially in danger because they're going to school?
So, well, first off,
I mean, realistically, right? Anything in life is a danger. You could die the minute you leave your driveway. You
exactly.
never know. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that the advancements of education over the years uh, it should be learned firsthand. It should be learned with an actual person, one on one, physically. That person to person interaction is more important and more connectable than an online conversation like you and I are having.
I mean, I understand that 100% because I'd rather us be having this conversation in the same room because
Right.
it's what we're used to. And
Absolutely.
like, I would prefer for him to be able to go to school 100%. I would prefer for my kid to be able to go to school every day.
It's
But
important for kids to go to school. It's important for social development. It's
yeah,
important for growth as a human being. You need to have those good and bad and awkward and miserable experiences that it's associated with going to school. You
oh,
know what I mean?
100%. Because you got people out there that'll say something online that they would never say to your face, good, bad, or indifferent.
Internet balls.
Yeah, that's 100%, which is not good for the kid's development. But at this stage right now, I'm more or less talking about their safety and not their development. Like
Right.
I prefer, like I don't want to risk my kid going to school, and the kid down the street or kid down the hall, he wants to run around, no mask on, no gloves. Well, I don't think that you really need the gloves, but you get my point. Not protecting himself. That one kid not protecting himself is putting everybody else at jeopardy. I get a call almost either every day or every other day from my youngest son's school because they have another kid or another teacher that has the coronavirus. Like, it's not a fake thing. I don't think it's as serious as everybody as they try to portray it, as in like how as deadly as it is. But I don't want my kids to catch it. I don't want my kids to catch the flu.
But I feel like what they're trying to do because of the risks of COVID 19, and we all know that there are plenty, I feel like what they're trying, I think long term gain. Now, this is just my opinion. You can't quote me. It's just how I feel. But I think the goal has been to close down actual physical school for a long time. The
Oh
actual
yeah,
brick and mortar schools all over the country because
money.
money exactly whatever money is not being able to or being directed through the state programs that, through the grants with each, it's more money in somebody else's pocket in a different field. And I don't think that's right, because education is everything. You should want your kid to be smarter than you. You should want
Oh,
them to be
100%.
more successful than we could ever be, because they have the kind of technology at their fingertips. But technology doesn't replace relationships. And that's the problem that's happening now, is all these kids are so used to being home alone, not home alone theoretically, but home alone and doing their schoolwork. Some really prosper, but some have problems with it. Like my kid, she's kind of got a problem with it because she wants nothing more to see her than to see her friends. She hasn't seen her friends since March. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
gets to see the kid across the street every now and then. They get to hang out a little bit. Other than that, the only interaction that she gets is online on Thursdays and Fridays. And that's really sad, because you can tell,
You're,
I
she's
only
only,
have
she,
one kid. So, you know what I mean? She doesn't
she's
have
only,
siblings.
she only does virtual school. It has meetings twice a week.
Well, she does. Okay, so it's like she reports Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday online, anyways, right?
Right.
And it's a lot of review work, but all the live lessons are Thursdays and Fridays. So
Huh.
she basically just gets real live lessons from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. on Thursdays and
Uh,
Fridays and only. Now tell me, how do you think you're gonna, excuse me, really learn something?
See, in my opinion, if my kid's school set up that way, I would feel the same way as you are. They're setting your kid up to fail because his school isn't like that. Like he's in meetings, live meetings, every single day from about 8 o'clock to about 1:30, and then he's supposed to do. They call it Seesaw, so it's a special app where they have all their side work, all his assignments. He's supposed to go there and do that from 1:30 to 2:30, or until he's done with them. And to be honest with you, with JJ, he's normally done with them by 1:30, so he's over. He's done with school at 1:30. Like in my opinion, the school, your kid's school system is setting them up to fail.
I don't think it's not so much the people at the school. It's their fault. They're just they're doing what they're asked of them. They're marching orders.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm not
Now,
talking
like
about the
I
physical
understand,
teachers. I'm talking
I
about
understand,
superintendents and the principals. They're the
I
ones who setting
understand
their
the
kids up to
risks.
fail.
I understand the risks that come along with COVID, but they don't understand what they're doing to our kids, man. You know what I mean?
I
They're
get you.
setting them up. They're setting them up for a people, or a whole bunch of kids, a whole age bracket of kids, uh, with absolutely no social skills. Everybody's socially awkward. You know what I mean?
That's where.
The only way you're gonna go out on a date, if you're a young man or woman, is you're gonna meet online. When did that become a thing? Like
Well,
it
see, that's
already is a
been.
thing,
Yeah, I was about to say that's been a
but
thing
now
for a
it's
while.
gonna be even more so. Like everybody, you ever seen Wally? I know we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Look at what happens in the movie Wally. Okay, everybody becomes obese, and technology literally does everything. All they have to do is sit on their ass, and everything they want is at their fingertips, and or they can just communicate it and it's done for them. And look where we are in 2020.
Well,
Literally everything that we want is at our fingertips, or on our tablets or our
yeah.
computers. And anything that we could need, now we have these different, Alexa and Google and Siri and all these voice interactive AIs that does your tasks as if you were on a computer. So we're already almost there. I mean, obesity is up. Everybody's been locked down in their houses for 9 months doing nothing. What else is there to do? You eat.
No, I get you.
You know, you know.
I'm putting it like this. I'm hoping. This is just me hoping that this is the only school year that they're gonna have to do this.
I sure
My
hope
honest
so, man,
opinion.
because there's way too many what ifs
And
if we keep
honestly,
going in this direction.
I think that if we would have done what we were supposed to do 8 and 10, 11 months ago, we wouldn't be as bad off as we are right now and have to rush a vaccine that's going to hurt more people, in my opinion, than it's going to help. Because there's a
But
reason. why these
It,
vaccines need so long to be approved.
right.
You need to have the trials to have the evidence of the long-term effects. Because I don't want to take
Exactly.
it, because what's going to happen to me in 10 years? The only thing you have right now is a computer projection of what's going to happen in 10 years.
Right.
So,
And history has shown us in 2020 that even projections are wrong.
no, exactly. Like, you can't, we can't go off of computer projection, man. Like, if we
Look,
do
I
that,
know we live in a world where the
we're
numbers
setting
don't lie,
ourselves up. No,
but at
like
the same time, they lie too.
like the vaccine's only been released to a small population of people, and out of those population of people, a whole rash of them are already starting to have severe allergic reactions. So what's going to happen to these people that take it that aren't in good health? You're going to have a lot
Right.
more than an allergic reaction. I may be wrong. I'm no doctor. I never went to college. I'm just some idiot who decided one day I'm just going to learn much stuff about it as much as I can. So I might be wrong, but my gut feeling is telling me not to take it. My gut feeling, don't send my kids to school. Because honestly, I feel like if we would have just masked the fuck up and locked the fuck down and no one go anywhere, no McDonald's being open, no Price Chopper, nothing like that, we all would have been okay right now. Like, not like everybody like completely wiped out and everything, but we would have had it controlled to the fact where we would have had a somewhat normal life.
Right. And this is not normal, and this shouldn't and will not be the new normal either.
No, people should have voted for Andrew Yang. You should have voted for the man that was trying to give you free money. Like, not because he's trying to give you free money, but just for this. Look where we're at right now. We have a government who's sitting there trying to lock us down, but not give us anything to support ourselves when the rest of the world is giving people way more money than they need. Did you see that France is getting almost 8 grand a month per person? Like, come on.
France is a lot smaller than the United States.
I get that. They are, but bro, we're supposed to be the richest country in the world, this, that, and the third. Germany is getting almost 8 grand a month.
Yeah,
Like,
but it's not. It
if
shouldn't be about money. It shouldn't be. We shouldn't have to have handouts. The world should be back to where it is, as long as we practice our safeties.
which is true, but to be honest with you, people like me and you, if we had to lock down for 90 days, we're not going to be able to survive off the funds we have right now. Not saying we're broke, but we don't have enough in the bank right
We're
now to
not
go.
swimming in it. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't have enough in the bank right now to go lock down and be good and then still pay our rent. Like,
Right.
you know,
There's real people who got real problems, and there's a lot of people who had to quit their jobs so they could be
yeah,
home, so their kids could do school. Because say that you're one of those kids that are in school, like in person, they go to school 2 days, 3 days a week. Some of like around here, the kids 6th grade and under, they go to school 4 days out of the week, and so they go Monday, Tuesday, they have Wednesday off, go Thursday, Friday.
yep,
So if if you go in on a Monday and somebody has the coronavirus, you go the rest of the week virtual. Okay.
yep,
So then the whole next following week, they'll go virtual one more week. So now you're going to go a full week, basically a week and a half. And then you're going to send back your kid back to school on a Monday. So then they got to go through all these different loopholes to finally get to go back to school. And then they get to school and come to find out a faculty member come down with something, a teacher, whoever, right? Well, now everybody in that whole area, that class, that pod, everybody's got to go get tested because a faculty member had it. And because that faculty member had it, and so on and so forth. Now, I'm not saying it's their fault. Everybody has a job to
no,
do, and they're trying to do them. But the fucking obstacles that they put in front of these people, and all they're trying to do is provide an education. You know what I mean? They're everyday people like you and me. You know what I mean?
I
They're
don't
just
blame,
trying to do
I
their
don't blame,
job,
I don't blame the
and
teachers. I don't blame
but
the
they're doing
teachers.
all these bullshit. There's so many rules, man, and
I I blame,
it's not fair to the kids. It's not fair to the educators. It's not fair to the faculty. It's not fair to anybody else in 2020, period. Because let's just face it, this whole thing has just been bullshit, Joe.
No, it
It's been
has.
bullshit. And we as adults, right, we have the ability to understand what we see. Although we don't truly understand, we look at it and take it for what it is. Where kids don't fully have that developed yet. They don't have that coping mechanism that says, yes, man, this devastation is awful, because it is. But I know that I'm going to live to see tomorrow. To a kid, they see the shit that's going around all around them, and they're thinking the world's going to end tomorrow. And that's not really what's going to happen. The little kids shouldn't be scared to want to go outside and play in the yard
Oh
because
no.
somebody
I
told them they're going to catch Rona because it could be on the doorknob or the railing
Don't
and
get me
shit.
wrong.
Like,
We
come
still
on,
go
man.
we still go outside and play. We still play with the neighbor kids. Like it may sound contradictory where we still play with the neighbor kids, but I mean, they live 6 feet away. We've been around them since the beginning of this. You know what I mean?
Right.
And if at any time where we've gotten sick and we've had to get tested and we've never had the corona, we've let people know and people don't go around us. You know what I
Right.
mean? And vice versa. You know,
What you're
the way
supposed
it
to
should.
do.
Exactly.
Inform. Love thy
Exactly.
neighbor. Love thy
Exactly.
neighbor.
Oh, 100%. I'll go out for my neighbors, man. Like,
Absolutely.
like, like, granted, my sister is also my neighbor, but I'm talking about the people right next to me, You know what I mean? Like, I'll go out for them just as much as I'll go out for my sister. Like, that's how it's supposed to be. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You're supposed to care about the people in your community. Like, there was one time that's all we had in this world. Your community was your tribe. You
Right.
know, like that's how you're supposed to look at it. Like if the military or something like that was to roll up on your street, they're not going to look at you for household. They're going to look at you all the fucking same because you're all in
Right.
the same area. You're all one
Right.
tribe.
This is South
Like
First Street. Yep.
exactly. Like you guys are all that one tribe. You're that one sect. However you want to look at it. Like
Being categorized.
exactly.
Yep.
Like but people don't look at it that way nowadays. Everybody just says, I got to care about the people in my house. What does that get
So
you?
do you right? So do you think this do you think there will be a time when our kids get to go back to school? I personally think, this is my opinion again, before you answer, because I know you're ready to pop off. You had something about it, but here's what I think. I think that you'll never see another school physically open again once we get to a certain point that we're almost at. That's my opinion. Unless they're going to force everybody to take the vaccine. But that's still a whole nother topic and a whole nother day.
Oh, they're already talking about that in New York. Cuomo's talking about if you can't get the numbers down, he's going to enforce a mandatory vaccine. You know, like how you can like I just not work. If that's
Yeah,
what you're
fuck
going to
that.
tell me, I just won't work. I'm going to go out on unemployment. Sorry. Like I'll wait 10 years to see how everybody else is doing. When you guys have one of them commercials online that says if you took the COVID-19 vaccine,
Yep.
you might be
If you're
eligible for a settlement.
if you find yourself randomly shitting your pants while urinating, you might be eligible for a small increment of money because of the oops factor. Never mind the fact that every time you rub your belly button, a light flickers.
If the nanobites have ate their way through your skin, please call.
Yeah.
Uh, like, oh man, maybe it's because I'm naturally an optimistic person. I try to be. I hope so, man. I really do. Like,
They have to go to school. They have to
maybe
continue.
maybe it's because I dropped out of high school, but like I've always sat there and wanted to, you know, what I mean, my
But you knew it
kid.
was a mistake and you corrected it
Yeah.
and you bettered yourself.
Oh yeah, 100%. But that's not where I was going with it. There's certain things that I missed out in high school that you don't get. You know what I mean? Doing it the other way. And I just
High
wanted
school
my kids
sucks.
to but yeah, but I wanted my kids to experience it. Like little things. Like, you know what I mean? I never got to you know what I mean, do the prom or the homeschool dance,
It was all
homecoming.
overrated.
I mean, it probably was, but shit, I still wanted the overrated experience myself, or the
Well,
opportunity to go to a real fucking college. You know what I mean? Like
unless you're popular.
that's and see, that's the thing about JJ. JJ is actually a very popular, charismatic kid. He's good with people. Like he's just a naturally like kind-hearted soul person. He just wants everybody to be his friend. So, you know what I mean? He's not going to go out of his way to disrespect you, but he's also going to stand his ground. He's no bitch
True.
by any
Same way
means.
with same way with Kaylee. Same way with Kaylee. But she sometimes tries to use her size as intimidation. That's just it's messing around. She's the spawn of me, so it's bound to happen.
She is definitely the spawn of you. Spitting in it. She got none of her mama.
Oh man. Well, I feel like this was a pretty good episode. Unfortunately, we don't have any answers for anything. Like nobody does. Like everybody else, we're just sitting and we're kind of waiting to see what happens. I don't know about you, but I get messages from my school every day, or my wife does,
Yeah,
and
pretty much.
it's
Like,
just continuous, and it's really foolish. And I don't know. I pray for everybody in the world. That's all I can say. Everyone. Nobody is off limits. We all need to pray for each other, and we all need to pray that we heal, because we're only going to do it if we do it together, and we're never going to do it if we're divided. And the further this continues, the more divided we'll ever be. And already as it is, I feel like we're past that point. We're divided. We're divided on every topic, no matter what the debate is across the board. And that's just what they have created. So in response, all you could do is a human being is ask these questions that you're supposed to ask. And if you don't ask them, you're too naive and you haven't had your eyes open. Uh, there's a
it's
lot
for
of bullshit, guys. Make sure to always keep your eyes open.
that is a true fact, man. That is some
Any of
real
this
shit.
stuff makes sense. If any of this stuff makes any sense to you, if any of this makes any sense and relatable, as always, if you don't mind, hit the like button, push the subscribe. If you got any comments, any questions, please feel free to ask, man. We'll literally sit here and bullshit with you about anything, because I think that's what we need nowadays, man. People need to talk more. We need to talk about the things that are important. And it just happens to be a nice, easy thing to do while smoking some weed. So that's why we call it a safety meeting.
Right. If you ever want to be a special smoker, just hit us up in the comment section. We're gonna be starting up a Facebook fan page. We ain't really got no fans yet, but we're
We're
hopeful.
hoping.
You know what I mean? You can come
Hey,
on,
shout out to
smoke some grass, talk about whatever you want to talk about. Full episode. You know
let's
what I
talk
mean?
about shout out Bills Mafia. Bills Mafia. AFC division champs. Woo!
Uh,
25 years, fellas. We've been waiting.
hey, we just gotta wait a couple more hours, a little bit longer until Giants lose to
Who's that
the
on your shirt?
Browns.
Who's that?
Best team of all, Redskins, baby.
I've
Redskins.
I never heard of them.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Washington football team.
Oh, I've heard of those guys. They're new this year, right?
Yeah, they're new this year. Got a real good rookie, Chase Young. Their defense played sloppy today. They played overconfident, really rushed and hurried. Feel like if Alex Smith played, definitely would have won the game. Like Dwayne played decent in the second half. He pulled it together, but his first half was rough. He was playing back how he's playing in the beginning of the season. But the way he ended it out, I'm somewhat hopeful that if he's got to start next week against, I think it's Philly, Not really too worried about Philly. Philly seems to be beating themselves lately. But
Bills Mafia. Bills Redskins 2021.
there you go. As he
The
put it the last
rematch.
time, the rematch.
The rematch. Thanks everybody for watching. Much love to everybody. Stay
Peace out.
safe. Be good. Be good to each other. We love y'all.